All right, we are recording. So allow me to introduce myself. My name is Carolyn Ritter-Watson, and I am the founder and overseer of the Tears Movement. And that includes retreats, conferences, and workshops. And so God is doing some amazing things through this movement, right? And so one of the things we do is we have virtual retreats as well and virtual conferences. And so I want to talk today about our virtual retreat that we had last month. I think it was last month. And I just would like to invite those of you who are watching this video to join us for our upcoming virtual retreat. So it's coming up. So I'll give you more information about that later, but it's called our Stay in the Frame retreat. And so we have Linda Sanders here, and she's going to give you her take on her experience because she did join us last month for the retreat. So hi, Linda, how are you?
Good evening, Carolyn. How you doing, dear? I'm well, thank
you. I'm good. So can you just tell us how the retreat blessed you last month when you attended?
It was a very good experience for me. It was right on time. I felt as though that in my life at that period, there was a lot of loose ends that should be connected. And being a part of the retreat helped me make a lot of connections in the spirit realm. Yes. It gave me an elevation in the spirit. It gave me spiritual confidence. I'm a type of person, though, I go through different periods of different moods. Sometimes quiet, sometimes I'm an introvert, and sometimes I'm not. So I'm one way all the time. So being that I have an anointing and a calling on my life,
yes, you do.
I don't always feel sure. People can see more about me on the outer than I actually see on myself. And you know, the build of confidence, a lot of time, you know, God doesn't give us a spirit of fear. That comes from the enemy. And a lot of times we are fearful to step out. Sometimes we're confused.
Yes.
You know, we know we're supposed to be doing something, but we may not know what. And, you know, I think being a part of the retreat, it kind of snuck up on me personally. Because I found myself interacting in ways that I had no plan on doing. Whatever God places in you generally is going to come out.
That's right.
So the retreat basically also groomed me. It actually gave me also insight on some things that I kind of knew, but it put a label on it.
Right. Amen. That's so good. That's so good because that's the point
about being in the frame. Yes, being in the frame, basically. I kind of was already born, but I didn't put it in the way you did.
Right.
You know, it's always good to see a different way on how to do something. And, you know, being connected with the other women, listening to the women, encouraging a woman's ministry. I don't know necessarily how, but I already do it.
Amen.
You know, from different ages. So it really helped me, equip me to doing something that I basically was already doing. But it basically helped me, put me in line.
That's good. So I'm so blessed to hear that because when God gave me the vision for these retreats, that's basically the outcome. You know, he told me, listen, when you have these retreats, you're going to have all different types of women. And some people may already know their purpose, but not quite sure of how to carry it out. Some people may not even really have a clue as to what their purpose is. But basically, everybody, he showed me, he said that everyone who attends will begin to break through barriers, you know, and blocks, because many times, you know, the enemy he likes to block. He likes to block us. and keep us. He doesn't want us to fulfill our purpose. So he likes to keep us distracted and send those blocks. And so I'm just excited that you joined us and went through that journey with us. And, you know, you blessed me. Like that
really?
was, we all kind of blessed each other, I felt.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah, so it's just, I was so elated of how everybody just shared, and that's what it's all about. It's about, because that's the other thing that God showed me. He says, I want you to create sisterhoods. Like it's about a sisterhood, because so many times we get the rap that, you know, women can't get along, you know, we're competitive, and sometimes that's true, but God is raising up a new generation of women. Like we have to stop all that. There's no time for that, because there's so much work that needs to be done.
Yes.
So we have to come together and support each other and stand in the gap for each other. And I was just so blessed by you and all the ladies, just hearing everybody's story, and just and actually watching certain things unfold. I was just like, wow, Daddy, you know, you just do what you do. God is just so good. So I was just so excited, and I'm so glad that you were able to even come on today and share your experience, because I want other women to know that there's so much more that God has out there for us. There's so much work. There's so much purpose in us, you know. And the other thing that he kind of laid on my heart, which I'm going to talk about that with the ladies about as well, is to do a Esther challenge, because, you know, we all have a call on our life. We all have a call. We all have a purpose. And it's for such a time as this. So all the things that we've gone through, like Esther, all the things that we've gone through have brought us for such a time as this. And and I'm so looking forward to the new year, you know, all the things that God is showing me, so much stuff. So I'm just so excited. But, you know, what takeaway would you give, you know, for somebody who may be watching this video and they may be thinking, stay in a frame retreat? That sounds weird to me. That sounds strange. What takeaway would you give? Like what last words would you like to, words of encouragement would you like to give somebody to inspire them to show up? Because we got to show up for ourselves. We know many times, we were talking earlier how, you know, many times people say, I'm waiting on God, I'm waiting on God. And God is like waiting on us, because many times he already gives us opportunities for breakthrough, but we don't always take the opportunities. And I look at this retreat as one opportunity to kind of open our eyes as to some of the things that God has already shown us. Like you were saying, there's just so much for us to do. So what is your takeaway, or what I don't know, last words of inspiration would you like to give to someone who might be thinking about, you know, attending, but not quite sure why they should attend?
Carol, I would say, first of all, to be open.
Yes.
To be open and to be hungry.
Okay. That's good.
And I say that mainly because it's just like you said, we all have something to give. God didn't place gifts in us and talents for us to sit on and let them waste away.
So true.
And sometimes it's always, I say open, because we all can, each day we should learn something.
That's true.
And not only that, we're here for each other.
That's right.
So even if somebody is not sure of whether they need it, they may be led. You may be led, and I'll speak to the person. You may be led to help somebody, because God already knows. He's already put it together. If you have a desire, and you should have a desire to always learn, if you have that desire, maybe you are what God is pulling you in to help somebody else. Because see, no one person can do ministry by themselves.
That's right. That's right.
And just Carol says she got something from us. She basically is the facilitator. She's the leader. She's the head. But she can't do this alone.
That's right.
So if you have a taste of wanting to be a part, then God is unctioning you to be a part, to give, and to receive.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
What I really got out of it, and I can say that from experience, I did not expect to be giving as much as I did, because I found out that I was giving a lot.
You were.
And that was the plan.
Yes.
But it was because I was spirit-led.
That's right. And it was in you. So what was in you was coming out in a great way. I was like, all right, she's encouraging me right now. And I wasn't the only one. Like I loved it. Like I love that, because that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm,
you know, just because we are. That's the one thing God keeps showing me is I am my sister's keeper. Like we have to be our sister's keeper.
We need each other.
We need each other. We absolutely need each other
so much. There are so many women that are hurting. And then there are so many women that are dealing with things and they think they're alone, that they're the only one going through this or going through that. And it's so many people that may be going through the same thing, but if you never share, and if we're always embarrassed, and if we're always ridiculing each other, then nobody's going to grow. We all can grow. Just how amazing. And I mean, you know, the word even says about call the what is it, the warring woman, the weeping women.
Yes.
There's a specialty in us getting to the altar
yes.
for prayer. Men are powerful and they're strong, but when it comes to women, there is something special that God put in us, and it knows it. That's why he allows us to go through, and it causes us to fight among each other, because he knows women together. We can cook. We can do some other type of cooking too.
That's right.
Not just cooking food. We can cook some spiritual food. If we get together and cry out to the Lord, come on. So we get together.
I like the way you said, because this is the thing that God has been showing me, that, and I've been talking about this a lot, and even in workshops and things, we have to take the mask off. So many women are walking around with this mask on, with this facade.
Yes.
We're living in times now where there's no time for that. You got to be real. You got to be authentic. Take that mask off. Allow God to do that. I always say, do the work from the inside out. Like get those old hurts and those old wounds. And that's what these retreats are all about. That's what the conferences are all about, because God is tired of his daughters hurting. And like you said, so many hurting alone.
Yes.
You know, alone and hurting. You don't have to be alone and in pain. You do not.
Alone, hurting, and not getting healed. Because we're working.
Come on now.
We are working and we're busy.
Ooh.
We're like Martha. We're busy. But some of us need to be married.
Yes.
Some of us need to be married, so we're down at the Lord's feet so we can get healed. Because we're so busy. We're here busy. We're busy taking care of everybody and hurting else. And not.
That is so good. That is so true. That is so true. I think you froze up a little bit, but
here you are. Oh no.
Yeah, you did.
I'm getting excited. Maybe I need to calm down.
That was good. You doing some good talking.
No, but I'm saying hurt people hurt others. How are you going to help somebody and you hurt?
And you're hurt, because hurt people hurt people.
Exactly.
And then while you're hurt and broken, guess what? That's what you're attracting, hurt and broken people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, I even felt like I got some healing through the retreat as well. So, you know, there was a lot that I got out of the retreat, but the main thing is God knew what I needed.
He knew what you needed. Yes.
He knew what I needed, because he knew what I needed. Me being obedient to come to the retreat.
That's right.
He fed me what I needed.
Yes. Praise God. I'm so excited.
He fed me what I needed. So basically, you have to. God is he's also teaching us and wants us to trust him.
Yes. That's
He
right.
wants us to trust him.
That's
Even
right.
though, regardless of how it sees, and I say this often, regardless of how it sees, how it feels, or even what it may very well be, it could be a reality of where you are.
That's
But
true.
it doesn't mean that God can't fix it. He can go down to the most earth of the world.
Yeah.
He can go down deep.
That's right.
And get you exactly where you are. So it's not too hard
That's right.
for him.
What did they used to say back in the day? From the uttermost to the guttermost.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. He will meet you right where you are.
Right.
He will meet you right where you are. And I think many times people think, well, right now I can't do that because I'm just living like this way, or I'm living that way, or no. That's God. You're his daughter. He loves you. He doesn't stop loving us because we're being ratchet.
Isn't that amazing?
Or being a hot mess.
Amazing.
No, he does not stop loving you. His love is eternal. His love is everlasting and everlasting. No, and many times, and God is always present. He's always present. And many times people think, oh, I don't feel God's presence, but that's not because of God. That's because you have to get into his presence. He's there.
Right.
He's there.
Right.
So,
and it's important that we get to know him.
You got to get to, definitely that relationship. Got to get to know him. Got to have that up close and personal relationship.
That's why sometimes that's why people are short of, what it says about knowledge. That we perish because of
lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge. That's right.
No, right. Not knowing him, then we don't know what kind of father is, because we basically evaluating him to a earthly father, and he's nothing like an earthly father.
He's nothing.
His love is amazing. It's nothing like God's love. It's amazing. It's amazing. To think about how Lucifer got kicked out because of him doing his nonsense, but yet he continuously gives us chance after chance. No wonder Lucifer hates us, because we've taken his place. And God keeps forgiving. God keeps allowing us to have another chance.
Yes.
He's a loving God.
He's a loving God. Yes, he is. And he is so amazing. I know he's been all of that to me. I refer, because somebody asked me one time, why do you call God your daddy? Because that's my daddy. That is my daddy. And when you can begin to see God as your daddy, your life will change in a way that you have never imagined. That is my daddy. I go to my daddy for anything and everything.
Wow.
I go to my daddy for everything. And that's why many times people are like, I can't believe, if I go through something or something's happening in my life, how are you able to smile? How are you able to be so upbeat? It's not that I don't have bad days. I have bad days, but I know my daddy, my heavenly daddy, at the end, he's going to work this thing out for my good, whatever it is. Because he showed me over and over and over again that that's what he does. He has shown, I always say, check your history. Check your God history. When I look back and check his track record, he always comes through. He always comes through, and we just have to
track record.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm just so excited about everything he's doing in my life. I'm excited about everything he's doing in your life. And I'm excited about all the ladies that's going to show up at these retreats and be blessed, and your lives are going to be changed forever. And not only that, but afterwards, you will have this sisterhood. So even if you're feeling alone and lonely, you don't have to feel that no more, because see, that's a tactic and a trap from the enemy to get you to a place where you're alone and feeling alone and lonely.
Isolate yourself.
He loves isolation. He loves isolation. And so part of my ministry is building a sisterhood, making that connection, so that that's the thing. One of the things God showed me a few years ago was when I went through a divorce, and I went through it alone. Well, God was there. But I just felt like so many people turned their back on me. And that was a tactic from the enemy. But I remember when I was going through that, the one thing that I said, I promised God, I said, you know what, Daddy, when I get through this, because I know I'm going to get through this. But when I get through this, I promise any woman that you put in my path, I will make sure that whatever she's going through, she will not have to go through that thing alone. Because I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like. And so that's a mandate for me.
Okay.
Any sister that God puts in my path, I cannot allow my sister to be going through nothing alone. I cannot. And so, again, and that's the thing God showed me. We have to be real. We have to be authentic. We have to take those masks off. We got to take that stuff off. Take it off. And be real. Because first of all, we all got problems. We all got issues.
That's it.
Right? We all got something going on.
Yes, okay. Lord Jesus.
So we have to share those things. And it's when you share that you, first of all, you feel so much lighter. You feel so much lighter when you share. And then, to have people there that can pray for you and stand in the gap for you, that's what we need. Because, see, the enemy doesn't want any of that. He doesn't want any of that. He wants you to have a pity party. Oh, woe is me. I'm by myself. Don't nobody care about me. They don't care about me. And that might be true, but somebody cares about you. Somebody cares about you.
Somebody cares. Somebody cares. Yes, they do.
Think that nobody cares, right? And guess what? If God sends you in my path, not only do I care, I love you, and I'm going to pray for you. And look, if you could hit me up, I love social media. First, I didn't even like social media. Guys, like, you need to get back on social media because that's exactly where your ministry is going to be, on social media. So I tell people all the time, get up on social media, okay? But God is so good, and it's how you use it.
It's how you use it. Social media could be just like,
that's right.
Yeah, it could be like anything else, good or bad. It's according to how you use it.
That's so true.
Because my reason, I basically got introduced to social media by a friend of mine who is a male. He's a minister from the church where I went to. And because he knew that I was a writer and that I do plays, he says, you need to get on social media.
Get on social media
to promote.
That's where the people are. That's where everybody's on social media.
Yeah. So
look, the enemy's using social media, so we got to use social media.
How about that?
Right?
Yep. So that's how I ended up on social media. And then the next thing you know, I was meeting friends, family, posting, pictures and stuff like that. Then I was finding people that I ain't seen in years, like you.
Long time. I love that. I love that because you find people like, well, I haven't seen her in so long.
I know, right?
I love that. But like you said, it's all about how you're using it. But everything I do, I want to use it for the kingdom. That God has given us access to all this stuff for kingdom building purposes. And so that's what I use it for. So I love social media, where there was a time when that was not the case. But I just thank God for everything he's doing in my life and everything he's doing in your life. And I want to thank you for sharing your experience, your retreat experience. And for those of you who are watching, I want to see you at the next retreat. I'm going to give the dates later, but it's coming up. It's coming up. I'll give you the dates later. But God bless you. And thank you so much, Linda, for sharing. And thank you for being my sister. And I love you so much, sister.
Love you too, honey.
You are not alone. You are not alone. Amen. I know the enemy love telling us no, you are not alone. I know I'm not alone. We are a sisterhood. We have to be that to each other. We have to.
Yeah.
Because we're going, the devil is a liar. We know he's a liar. He's the father of lies.
I'm going to give him every black eye that I can.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Amen. Amen. So thank you so much, Linda. And again, hit me up for more information about our Stay in the Frame virtual retreat. It's coming up and you don't want to miss it. God bless. And I will see you soon.
You're invited to the Tears to Breakthrough virtual retreat with Carolyn. Her sessions are life-changing and transformational. We are breaking through together. Register today.